Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Kelly. Welcome to Be in the Change. I'm going to get started by reciting my inspiration. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, I forgot it. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say welcome to everybody who's watching me for the first time, and welcome back, and thank you to everybody who's been watching me on this journey where I started 2019 because my son said I wasn't good enough to have haters, to break up with fear, to break up with shame, and to break up with guilt, and to tell you all about it every week. And then last year was to be kinder and more compassionate to myself and others. And this year was to break up with sugar. And I am still broken up with processed sugar, which is such a miracle. It's going to be May 20th when you guys are watching this. So last week I was talking about, I think, that I was going to lose my house, that I was going to have to sell it, and I was going to have to move. And I was in a total state of fear and panic, which I then realized after that happened, I was able to take a deep breath and pause and not react and start thinking about what I could do instead of what I can't do. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch my video 2 times ago when, you know what, I smelled a burning smell in my house and I didn't know whether I should call 911 or not. And then last week, I talked to one person who said I had to sell my house, and I believed her. So like, I go from not knowing when I smell something burning to call 911, which is an emergency, to something last week that I thought was an emergency and it wasn't. So like, even knowing what is an emergency, what is not an emergency, how to breathe, how to take a pause, how to just like calm myself down and start trusting that there's more than one way to do things, and not to go to the deepest, darkest, worst case scenario like that. I was crying last week because I didn't feel good. I didn't know how I was gonna move and what was gonna happen. And then I started remembering people sent me things of where to go to start looking to get help. And it's a process, and it doesn't happen overnight, but I started figuring out all the places I could go. I started out filling out forms and stuff online. And then on Sunday, I had the worst possible flare-up that I've had in a really long time, down my neck, down my arm. And today I was able to get steroids. So my arm went numb, but it was better than the pain. So my arm is starting to get a little bit of feeling back, which is awesome. So I have these horrible flare-ups, and I don't know if they're related to stress. And when I, think I might be losing my house and I have to move, or I just get them because I get them because my body isn't well. And my body isn't well. And accepting that and being able to deal with that every time I have these horrible flare-ups, it brings on this depression that just, it's soul-sucking and debilitating. and I hate when they happen. I hate for people to see me when they happen, but it happens. And I have my Social Security disability hearing next week, which I just found out, you know, how it's gonna go. I have to convince people that don't believe me to believe me, which is like talking to my family, trying to get people that don't believe you to believe you. And eventually, guess what? You stop going to people who don't believe you. And I think that's what they hope happens there too. So it sounds like a horrible process, and I put it in my God box and I'm giving it to the universe. I have all the records that prove every wrong thing about me. Not mentally and emotionally, well, probably that too. We're all messed up. I am, at least I acknowledge it, but my body is physically not well, and having enough proof isn't ever enough. So it just goes to show you that, you know, I can only do my best, and whatever happens after that it's in God's hands anyway. But just showing up is such a big deal for me, because I used to not be able to show up. I thought I was never going to get my way anyway, so why bother? And I always went to people who the only way they thought they were going to get their way is if they made it happen. So having the two come together, like the me just showing up, is such a big deal for me. And then whatever happens as a result of that, it is in God's hands, and it's none of my business. But it's really scary because I don't know my future. And I don't think anybody does. I mean, God knows our future, but I don't think my future is to be homeless or have to move when I'm physically not well. So thanks to everybody who's watching. Please stay tuned, and I will see you